Hi, my name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. It's review day! And as you can see, what we're going to review is the Morakniv Craftline. Are these the best inexpensive adventure fixed blade knives on the market? Let's find out. Morakniv Craftline. These things are incredible. It's probably the best inexpensive battle-tested knife on the market. Why do I say battle-tested? Well, these knives are made in Sweden. Swedish knife makers? Really? Yeah. So I originally found out this knife through this knife, which I bought a long time ago. There'll be a review to this thing. Hopefully I pull it out there. But I mean, it is super, super simple. This, I learned the dual survivalist Cody Lundeen. He used to be on the Dual Survivor show. He's a professional survivalist, and he goes with a very minimal knife. I mean, literally wood handle, carbon steel blade, nothing to it. But Morakniv decided to upgrade or add the option of a full rubberized handle rather than the classic wood handle. Now, why would I recommend this to you? I mean, it's like, wow, that's it? It really doesn't look huge. It doesn't look super crazy, but the handle seems to grip well. The sheath actually clicks in solidly, holds, it doesn't fall out. And it's incredibly inexpensive. Now, I'm gonna pull off, should I pull off the tag here? What do you think? Nah, I'll leave the tag on there. Here, check out the tag, that way you can see for yourself. Trying to, beige, black, yeah, basic knife. And then there is the basic orange knife here. Pull that out, check that out. Now, basic orange knife 511. Why would you choose the orange versus the tan handle? If you are going fishing or anything, this is probably a better choice. It's always nice to have bright stuff. If you think you're going to have this in a tackle box or something, it is much, much easier to see this blade or this handle than this handle. Now, you might say, Aaron, you keep talking like this is an inexpensive option. This is the cheapest option there possibly is for a good, high-quality, fixed blade knife. Check out the link below. I put a link to this knife and the orange one. You can choose your color on Amazon. You click that link, you'll go to Amazon, you'll check out the current price. And when you see that price, you're going to think, isn't that like junk? No, 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 no. The Swedish Special Forces, yeah, this is one of their knife options. Now, one of the things about this, even though it's a very high polished knife, it's actually a traditional carbon steel. So there is the possibility that this knife could actually grab a little bit of rust. Now, with that chromium plating on there, generally it shouldn't have that much of a problem, but you'll see the back edge, the spine of the blade isn't actually ground smooth. They leave this guy a little bit rough, and it's nice because when you're holding the knife like this, there's just a little bit of thickness and roughness to where you won't slip. It's very easy. It's got a traditional point here on the blade. The back here, the back of the tip is not cut very thin, so it's very, I would say, less likely to break. That's a huge option. This, I would say, all I'm describing is like I'm still blown away just how inexpensive and good this is. This feels just like a regular plastic sheath. It's not some crazy Kydex or leather or carbon fiber or whatever. It's just an inexpensive polymer sheath, and yet it totally does the job. It just blows me away, and you can see the pocket clip in here. Let me lower the camera. All right. And just to give you an idea how well this works, you just clip it onto your belt, and voila, you are ready to go. Now, is this going to fall off with that little extra grippy deal? Probably not. You could pull this knife out, cut rope, cut items, whatever you need to do, and it works pretty well. So let me show you the characteristics and features of the knife. If I can get it off my belt loop. You don't even have to take your belt off to get this thing off. That's how well it works. let me show you how much this does not weigh on my scale here. One moment. Dun, 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 dun. Get the scale fired up. All right, the knife alone weighs 2.8 ounces, or for the grams people, 80 grams. No problem. With the sheath alone weighs 1.2 ounces. Altogether, this guy altogether weighs a whopping 3.8 ounces. I mean, it is just nothing to it. For grams, people, that's 106 grams. It's incredibly light. Compare that to, let's say, my everyday carry zero tolerance knife. That thing weighs 5 ounces. That's much heavier. So the sheath plus the Mora knife is actually much, much lighter. So that's a huge advantage there. So if you don't want to carry any weight and you want the advantage of a fixed blade versus folding blade, it's a pretty good option. Let me show you how long this thing is. Here we go. So in total, with the sheath, you are looking at about 8.5 inches. The actual knife blade, being very careful not to hack myself. The nice thing is the blade goes all the way down to the handle. The actual blade is 3.5 inches long, and the entire knife is 8 inches long. So then the blade's actually pretty short, but really for most cutting activities, you don't need a ridiculous knife. I've got a link to my Becker knife down there. That thing is ridiculous, but if you need a combat knife where you need to dig a hole with your knife, yeah, the Mora isn't it, but my Becker knife is. So this is actually really, really good. Let me show you how well this cuts. And this is literally, I bought this knife at the store. I haven't sharpened it. I really haven't done anything with it because I was going to use the orange knife. And let's just see how well it works. All right, so cardboard, the ultimate destroyer of knives. You cut in, you pull. Man, like no problem, slice through that cardboard. How about when you decide you need to, hey, throw your cardboard down, you need to poke a hole in something. So let's take this plastic handy dandy container. You see I've slashed this quite a bit, but we'll put the Mora knife here and we'll check out the blade penetration. You wiggle the blade a bit and shook, boom. All right, inside, where's the blade? Yep, there you go. Now let's see how easily it pulls out. Oh man, this thing goes in and out like nothing. That is by far the easiest to pull out of that plastic. So that's really, really nice. So that real smooth surface on the Mora knife actually does pretty darn well. And it's also easy to sharpen. Let me show you here. Because of the extra wide finger protector, it is very unlikely to have your finger slip over and contact the blade and hack yourself. It seems like, hey, that looks a little bit awkward, but when you're in the field and actually slicing and dicing things, you don't want to have the possibility of your finger coming over and slashing your hand. When you sharpen this guy, just by the nature of where that edge is, the edge actually goes all the way to the handle. You're never going to be able to easily sharpen that last little, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch, but big deal. So easily, let's see, I'll use the ceramic edge. Oh man, this guy is like perfectly sharp already. Just right out of the sheath. Let's see. Oh, wow. That is one thing about carbon steel instead of stainless. That edge it holds and the toughness is just incredible. So the Mora knife, definitely a winner, whether you get the sand, camo, tan, orange look, whatever it might be. The Mora knife, I can't recommend this guy enough. If you ever want to get an inexpensive, high quality fixed blade knife, this is the money. Just a word of full disclosure, I do not receive financial compensation. I don't receive free knives from Mora Knife. I'm just doing this review to show you that these are some of the products that I use and why I use them and why I like them and why you might like them too. I've got links below to the knives and other products that I've shown you here on your phone. When you're watching this on YouTube, you just hit the little arrow. It expands out, and that's where you can get the links. Please like and comment on the video. Hit the like button, scroll to the bottom, and add a comment. Also, please hit the subscribe button and the little alarm bell so you can receive the notifications about new videos on product reviews and adventure and travel and motivation. That's what I do. As a motivational speaker, I love inspiring people. Please support my channel on Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. Thank you very much for watching.